Okay, so Cara, we're here today to understand a little bit about what you know about me and my job. So first of all, what is my job title?
Stephen McCurrach is Senior UX and UI for Adeo Group. Some people do call you Head of Design, but that is incorrect. And that person who says that all the time is me. You are the king of design. So no, Senior UX and UI.
Okay, and so what does UX and UI stand for?
User experience and user interface. The user experience side of your role is what I find the most fascinating, is your research in regards to the company and their customer journey. So all of the nitty gritty stuff that you do before you actually put pen to paper or on your computer. And then your user interface is what people see, all of the research and all of the information that you've got about the company and how you then bring that to life.
Yep, great, yep. So what does my role typically involve on a day-to-day basis?
Lots and lots of meetings.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yep. So you, on a day-to-day basis, you do many things. So it is meetings. I know that there are a lot of meetings, but they can be internal meetings. You're also my absolute rock when we're talking about a website or an app project. So for discovery sessions for new clients and so on. And then the other part of it is actually doing the work and really making sure that whatever the client has asked for right at the start is then understood, researched, and then brought to life.
Yep, yeah, okay. So let's dig a little bit deeper into what it is that I do then, from the UX UI point of view.
Yep.
What are some of the typical tasks that I would be doing as part of, let's start with the UX side of things. What are some typical tasks and processes that we go through as part of user experience?
Okay, so from the discovery session, you ask hundreds of questions in a discovery session. And the reason for that is to understand the company, to understand what they want to say. And then deeper than that is the research in regards to what their ideal visitor on their site looks like. So there's a lot of theory involved in your job. There is a lot of customer research and customer feedback and things like that that you have to go through to be able to do that. You do site maps, you then look at different avenues, so whether that is the way that they are promoting their new website, who it is that's going to be going on to their website, and how they are going to be doing that, what are the reasons that they're clicking through onto their website. So you need to know all of the potential user journeys and be able to put that into a concise plan to then start working on the UI.
Yep. Great. Okay.
Yep.
And so what about the UI side of things? What do I do when it comes to UI? How do I work with clients in terms of building out UI and the brand?
There is a lot of conversations that you need to have in regards to their brand guidelines, in regards to their company ethos. And a lot of your job is to listen to the client about what they want, but actually you are constantly thinking about the potential customer in mind and if those two actually merge together. So your job is super important in regards to building a plan, putting the kind of the dream on the screen. So you're making sure that you've got all your wireframes and that then the constant conversation between you and the client, that both merge together, your ideas and their ideas then merge together. So then building the wireframes, branding guidelines, and then popping it all together so that it is an absolute dream.
Okay, cool. Yeah. With other people in the business, or what other areas of the business that I commonly work with?
Everyone. So you work really closely with Andy and Elena in the project management team. That's essential.
Yep.
You also work with all the developers that we have. Again, that's essential. You have got the wonderful Cal in your team as well. So you are constantly in contact with him. And I love your mentorship of Cal as well. So things that, I mean, he's super strong at certain elements, but you don't rest on your laurels. You want him to be the top of his game through all of your knowledge and all of your experience. So you work with Cal. You also then work with the Marcom side, because content is so important for you. So you work with Hayley really well and Katie in regards to the content. Then also, so actually you do, every single person in this company you have to work with. You then have to work with social media, because again, going back to the user journey, the user experience, sorry, you need to understand if someone is going to go onto the website because of social media, how that then works. And then I suppose absolutely videography, photography, you work with every single person. And then what's another really important part is the pay-per-click, is the PPC side of things.
Yeah.
Because again, for your user journey, you need to understand what that advert looks like, and then that comes as part of the user journey as well. And obviously SEO, I touched on that, that comes in with content writing, which is Hayley and Elena, Hayley and Katie as well. That's
right, yeah. Yeah, so it's all about entry points and exit points in and out of websites or apps, and also, like you said, I'll work with everyone. At some
and then
point.
Me, we forgot about me.
Yes, of course, you hand over the brilliant clients and stuff.
But also, it is so important for my job that you'd come on first calls with me, and you help a lot with any inquiries that come through, because quite a lot of our potential clients and prospects come in and they're not too sure, and they do need handheld. And some people, I know that you talk, Stephen, I have to rein you back sometimes, in quite a lot of technical language, but you never do that with clients and prospects. You always explain things to people, and that's the beauty of having you as a point of contact, and as the head of design, as a senior UX and UI.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Okay, I think I've covered most of like me and my job and what I do in the company. So tell me a little bit about what you know about me personally then. What interests, likes, dislikes, that sort of stuff.
You're such a good guy, Stephen. Integrity means a lot to
my head's going.
But you deserve it though. As much as we've still not met face to face, that will happen. Double drag, and then we'll be there with cuddles galore. So Stephen McCurrach wears a lot of hats. Actually, like physically as well. You like fanatic. I always feel about 100 years old when you're wearing that hat, which is like esports, or like yeah.
Yeah, they're an esports organization. Yeah.
Oh, are they? Okay. And you are just generally a good egg, but I feel like we do need to have a night out soon to be able to get to know you better.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that covers it. Yeah. And then finally, we've spoken in the past about like ideal clients and who I like to work with and stuff like that. Can you give me a bit of insight into who my ideal client would be and what I enjoy working on the most?
Yeah, you absolutely would love to work with an esports company, so that's a challenge because I don't really know what I'm talking about in regards to that, but I'll get on that, Stephen. So you would love to work with an esports company, but what I always love when you talk about previous work that you've done is when you talk about charity work. So when because obviously you deep dive into the company, and for that company, for you to be able to work on a project that's actually going to make a difference, and it's not simply about brand awareness or e-commerce or anything like that. Just, you do enjoy those ones, but to get that sense of satisfaction in regards to a cause that's close to your heart would be ideal for you, and it would be for me as well. So that was my first goal, is to be able to get a charity on board, something that's really close to your heart as well.
Cool, great. Yeah, I think that's a good all-round outline of me as a person and my job.
Did I pass?
Yeah, done great. Yeah.
Thanks, Stephen.
No problem.